Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm Oscar from Leeds TV, and if you subscribe to the channel, I promise I'm not going to bribe you. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it, guys? It's absolutely brilliant that now Leeds are no longer the banter club. Other clubs are falling apart. We've got captains of certain clubs, getting themselves into bother. Oh, it's just brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant, isn't it? It's no longer Leeds in the headlines because Leeds United are back. Leeds United today have got a player back in the England squad after 16 years. 16 years since Alan Smith represented England whilst playing for Leeds. Kalvin Phillips now is in the England squad. He's finally got his opportunity after 2 years. 2 years of being absolutely outstanding in that holding midfield role. He's now getting his opportunity in the England squad. Absolutely immense to see that happen. Look, I think realistically in the Championship it was never going to happen. No matter how well you play in the Championship, realistically you've got to do it in the Premier League. And now he's got this opportunity because Kalvin Phillips is representing Leeds, his hometown club, the club he supports, the club he's played for all his life in the Premier League, and now he's got a chance to play for England at Euro 2021, where the final stages are actually in England themselves. Imagine being Kalvin Phillips now. Imagine being Kalvin Phillips. Just imagine it. Just imagine being Kalvin Phillips. I mean, how can you not love Kalvin Phillips? He's just Mr. Leeds. I think since David Batty, I've not seen a Leeds player who's more Leeds. That's all you can say for Kalvin Phillips. Who's been more Leeds than Kalvin Phillips. It's just impossible. He puts his foot in, passes the ball, passion, just everything you want from a Leeds United footballer. He's just perfect in every single way. And he's exactly what this England midfield needs now. A holding midfielder who can win the ball and pass the ball. Just simple, who can just do something as basic as that. Because that is what the England midfield lacks. Kalvin Phillips, they lack a Kalvin Phillips. You can talk about Declan Rice, you can talk about Harry Winks, you can talk about all these players England have tried in the holding midfield role. Eric Dyer, all these average footballers have tried in the holding midfield role. Now they're trying a proper footballer in that position. And it's just brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see him get his opportunity. And yeah, we're going to actually try an actual holding midfielder in the holding midfield role. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, in all seriousness, fair play to Gareth Southgate. He's given Kalvin Phillips his opportunity as soon as he got into the Premier League. First opportunity he's had to put him in the squad. He's put him in the squad. Absolutely fair play. And look, let's hope Kalvin Phillips does a fantastic job. And look, naturally as Leeds fans, we always look for the negatives of certain things. I've seen so much moaning on Twitter. To be fair, as soon as I saw the news, the negative thought comes straight in. What if he gets injured? And what if he puts a 9 or 10 out of 10, 2, 9 or 10 out of 10 performances in? He then puts himself back in the shop window. I can't help it, guys. I can't help it. I've been just conditioned to think the worst of Leeds United for so long. I still wake up sometimes in the morning and forget Marcelo Bielsa managers are not someone like David Hockaday or Steve Evans anymore. But look, it's absolutely immense, isn't it? It's absolutely immense. Seeing Kalvin get his opportunity. It's natural to think of the negative side of things. But look, this is positive, isn't it? Because if Kalvin plays well, he gets himself in the England squad. If he's in the England squad, it means he's doing well for us and we're getting results. So it's all positive, isn't it, guys? It's all positive at the end of the day, certainly in the short term. And it's brilliant to see. Absolutely brilliant to see. Because for Kalvin, I mean, it's just going to be absolutely top of the world, isn't he? Top of the world is going to possibly one of the most important seasons of his career. So immense stuff. And what really is funny as well is the amount of piss that we have boiled in the last 24 hours since this news has come out, or whatever it is, 12 hours, whatever it is. It feels like 24 hours. I think it's 12 hours. But the amount of piss that we have boiled, the amount of rival fans moaning, who the fuck's he? Who's the fuck's Kalvin Phillips, etc., etc. He doesn't score goals. He doesn't do this. He doesn't create. Without actually looking at what position he plays in. It's just absolutely brilliant just to see how wound up rival fans get when Leeds players do well. When Leeds play well, it's just so funny just how obsessed rival clubs are with us. It's just absolutely brilliant. It is just absolutely brilliant. But what will be even funnier is if Kalvin just puts in an absolute 10 out of 10 performance and all the backtracking of, oh yeah, he's actually quite good, Kalvin Phillips. There's a reason why Leeds fans rave about him. There's a reason why Championship football fans rave about him and massively rate him. And it'll just be brilliant. It's just be brilliant when he just absolutely bosses it in midfield. And look, I think for Leeds fans as well, it puts an extra interest in England again. In the England national team. I've got to be honest. Obviously I've always watched England. I always will watch England. But I think now when you see Kalvin in the squad, possibly even maybe Ben White in the future, a couple of players linked to us, etc., etc. Hopefully anyway. You know, it's absolutely brilliant. It feels like a club level of passion. You know, when you see your own in the team, it's absolutely brilliant. And look, it's absolutely superb. You know, I think Kalvin in the last 2 years, his development has been absolutely sensational. Now he's gone from playing alongside Hugo Kane to possibly alongside a Premier League winning captain, a Champions League winning captain, and a future England captain as well in Jordan Henderson. He's gone from playing alongside Hugo Kane, I'm trying to think of the other players he's played alongside, Luke Murphy, etc., etc. Radolf Austin. You know, he's gone from playing with players like that to alongside Jordan Henderson, Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane. That's what Kalvin Phillips has achieved. And if you ever lose belief in anything you're doing, just look at Kalvin Phillips. Look at what he's done in the last 2 years. You know, we had Leeds fans just giving him stick, giving him so much stick. He was a scapegoat at times under Paul Heckingbottom, under Thomas Christensen. I don't know why. I never personally saw Kalvin as that. Look, he wasn't playing at his best at the time, but the way he was scapegoated at times was a disgrace, to be honest. But to come back the way he has done under Marcelo Bielsa, not just under Marcelo Bielsa, because this has to come down to Kalvin as well. It has to come from within too, to show the fight he's shown, to get himself into the England squad. Never give up. Never ever give up with anything you're doing. If anything seems impossible, just look at what Kalvin Phillips has achieved in the last 2 years. In the last year, he's got himself into the England squad. He might be playing for England at Euro 2021, and all that from being a championship footballer. Never ever give up. That's a big lesson from this, and it's absolutely brilliant to see. I've naturally gone towards the negatives. What if he gets injured, etc., etc. But this is entirely positive. Get your comments in, guys. Get your comments in. And what's been even funnier is the moaning of Villa fans about Jack Grealish. I mean, they're totally different players. I mean, why are you comparing Jack Grealish to Kalvin Phillips? Compare him to other members of the squad who are attack-minded players. You know, don't compare him to a holding midfielder. You know, we're talking about he scored 6 goals, 8 assists, and he's got the second most key passes in the league, or whatever it is. Just focus on the actual attacking players in the squad, not the defensive ones. He's not competing with Kalvin Phillips for an England place, but it is just funny how wound up everyone's getting about Jack Grealish not being in the squad after 1 year in the Premier League, and Kalvin Phillips getting into the squad after no games in the Premier League so far. It's just absolutely brilliant. Jack Grealish has played the whole season in the Premier League and hasn't got in the England squad. Kalvin Phillips hasn't even played a game in the Premier League yet, and he's got straight in the England squad. It's just... it's funny. It is funny, but fair play to Gareth Southgate. He's getting criticism because he didn't put Jack Grealish in, but he's giving opportunities to a lot of players in that squad. And it's going to be great to see. I'm sure we'll do a watch-along of the game as well. And it's just reaction to that, guys. It's just incredible pride. I heard a bit of a whisper about it this morning. I didn't really fully believe, but when I saw it, you know, a couple more rumours, a couple of more mates texted me about it, I thought, ooh, this is interesting. This is going to be interesting. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant, guys. If you're a rival fan watching this, he is actually boss. You know, he is actually absolutely unbelievable. He's the Yorkshire Pearl at the end of the day, and he's going to boss that England midfield. He's going to boss the Leeds midfield this season as well. Believe it, guys, and never give up. I'm going to leave it there, guys, anyway. Plenty of content coming out in the next couple of days. I just thought I'd get this one out there because this is absolutely brilliant news, guys. It's a bit of a... I've not really had much time to prepare for this, as you'll notice with the lack of background today. But this is absolutely brilliant. Just a report. So anyway, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I've been Oscar. See you later, guys.